This video is brought to you by Magic Spoon. Now, Magic Spoon is a cereal that mimics the childhood flavors that we all know and love, but it's healthy. Now, I'm particularly excited about this because I don't eat cereal. I haven't eaten cereal in a long time, but let's just keep it 1,000. Grown men don't eat cereal.
That's a shot. He knows that I thoroughly enjoy eating cereal. Still in my underwear. I know that's TMI while watching cartoons. Still.
It's got 0 grams of sugar, 13 to 14 grams of protein, only 4 net carbs in each serving, and it's only 140 calories per serving.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the box, man, and it says this is the high protein, keto friendly, gluten free, grain free, soy free, wheat free, naturally flavored, totally delicious childlike cereal for grown-ups. What is in this? Like,
I guess it is magical.
Magic Spoon. It is magical. Air?
And they got all the flavors too, guys. They got cocoa, maple waffle. I ain't even heard of that, but that sounds delicious. And then my personal favorite is fruity. So click the link, man, to grab your variety pack and try it today, guys. Make sure to use our code, which is Lost in Vegas, and you'll get $5 off any order. Or you can go to magicspoon.com/Lost in Vegas. And Magic Spoon is backed by 100% happiness guarantee. That's just a fancy way of saying it, man. If you don't like it, you can return it. No questions asked. Get your money back. Dude, you have nothing to lose, man. Try it. Big shout out to Magic Spoon, man, for hooking us up with our childhood favorites, man. And make sure you click the link in the description, man, to get yours today. What's up, guys? Your boys are back. I'm Ryan, my man, George.
What's shaking, guys? How y'all living out there, man? Shout out to the free thinkers, man.
You know, man, George brought up a good point, man, because we were looking through the comments that Metallica needs their own fucking poll.
Yeah, man.
Because it's just, didn't you give me like a
Power Rangers?
Power Rangers reference, which I don't know.
What is our demographic here on Patreon before I get into that? I think that they're going to be like, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
But before we get into that though, guys, thank you for everyone that's been helping us test Deaf to Radio. For those of you that don't know, Deaf to Radio is our website for up and coming artists. So again, shout out to everybody that's helped us test that. It's still in beta, but start to use it, guys. You know, build a profile and rate songs and just use it, guys. We need your support.
All we get, thank you, Ryan, and all we get from a lot of our patrons is you got to try this band. It's like usually an up-and-coming band, man. Have you heard this band? You guys got to do newer metal bands and all this stuff.
Yep.
Have those bands register on our site.
There you go.
Deaf to Radio, man. Yeah, shoot us, shoot them our site, a link to our site. Have them register, upload their music, because quite frankly, moving forward, the only new up-and-coming artists that are going to get they're going to be on our radar are going to be through our site. We're looking to our site for up-and-coming artists to get potential reactions to, or to just expose in any way. Put on our Instagram, yada yada yada. So please shoot them the link to our site.
But now getting back to Metallica Harvester of Sorrow. 9,621 people voted on this, or at least that's total votes. So you guys could have voted a couple different times.
Y'all were hungry, boy.
Thank you.
Y'all were hungry.
Dude.
9,000 though?
Mm-hmm. So shout out to everyone that participated in that. And guys, the reason why there's so many songs on these polls is because we're going to refer back to them. I think I put that on a couple polls, but I want to make sure you guys know that. We're going to refer back to these polls in the future. So even if your song did not win, because obviously Metallica won, we're going to go back to all these songs that got upvoted and a lot of votes here. But Megadeth is on there. It got 502 votes. You know, we've got Iron Maiden.
Iron Maiden's got like 8 songs on there, it looks like. No, I'm exaggerating. Iron Maiden, man, and it came in a close second, right? What was the song that came in close second at 6:49?
2 minutes to midnight.
2 minutes to midnight.
Yep.
Who knows, man? Who knows? Like Ryan said, you know, this is gonna be our go back. We're gonna go back to these polls because it makes it easier for us to kind of know what you want. I don't know why we deleted the polls in the past.
Yeah, no.
I think we deleted the polls in the past because it just pushed the content down on Patreon, and it just became kind of confusing for us and other people. So that's why we deleted them. But it's just a good way for us to go back to it, because this is literally what you guys want.
Yep.
So for us to go back to it. So who knows, man? Iron Maiden may not be too far in the distant future, man. You know, for us to get that reaction done. Who knows? If anyone who is, never mind. I don't want to get into age, but the bottom line is, anyone who's familiar with the Power Rangers, you know. There was Tommy. Tommy was a Power Ranger. He was like the guy that wasn't part of the original crew, and he came in later, and he had his own Zord. He had his own Voltron-looking Zord thing, man. The fight, he didn't have to get cramped up in the other Zord with the other Power Rangers. He had his flute. The Zord came out of the water. It was his own shit. And I just think Metallica needs their own Zord, man. They need their own poll, man. They're just someone said it before. Shout out to who said this. They're just so universally liked that it's just hard, man. They swallow up all the votes, man. So, learning with just the newer system we have that we're implementing here. But they won, so it is what it is. Yeah. We can't go back in the past, bro. Let's just move forward. Harvester of Sorrow, and this is off of the And Justice for All album, which we did two songs.
Blackened and One, right?
Both fire.
Yeah.
And a lot of you guys have said, and this is just our patrons' opinion, this isn't what the Metallica community in general has said. A lot of you guys said that this was like the last really again, this is not everyone's opinion, but really great album for them, and then it's been mixed. It's been mixed opinions on albums after this. That's what I've heard from a lot of people. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I just heard that from a lot of people. And this is the first album following the death of bassist Cliff Burton in '86, and the first to feature the new bassist Jason Newsted. So rest in peace, of course, to Cliff.
Yeah.
And we love Cliff's contributions bass-wise to a lot of Metallica's work, man. And I'm not sure how Jason has been received over time. I'm not sure. But I know that Cliff Burton was extremely instrumental in their sound. Yeah. He was a really important figure in just how their music sounded. But we did like the one, and we did like Blackened. I'm going to keep it real. You know what I'm saying? All right, man, let's get into it, man. We already know what it is, man. We all see.
No one's invincible, though. We may not like the song. It could happen.
Yeah. To me, the Saint Anger album or whatever that song was that we listened to, that was like Invasion of the Body Snatchers, man. That wasn't no goddamn Metallica, man. I don't want to hear that shit, man. Let's get into it, though, man. Metallica, Harvester of Sorrow.
Those chords, one right here.
I can hear that. It just always sounds Metallica. Stop playing with Lars.
Fucking Metallica, dude.
Stop playing with Lars. I know there's a lot of great things happening in this music. I'm just saying, stop playing with Lars. That's all I'm saying. And this is not George just trying to be funny and over support with his over support of Lars because he gets a lot of hate either. I just think I don't give a fuck if it's just one hit of the drum. It's something about his impact.
Yes, the way he puts it together. But the way he puts it together is just I just like the rhythm, the rhythmic way he puts it together. We know that there's going to be some changes and some the tempo is going to change and there's going to be more to the song. But we haven't even gotten into the song and I'm like, dude, it's just the way that they put riffs together and the way that they compose their music. I'm just like, it's just hot. And it's almost like, George, I hate to give you a guys in a sports analogy, but I'm just going to do the shit. It's like Tom Brady. Tom Brady is incredible and he gets a lot of hate. And I almost want to see him fuck up just so I can say, yeah, he's not fucking Superman. I get to that point sometimes. But then he hits you with another championship and motherfucker, it's just like, you gotta give the dude, and he's playing great still at 40,
He's still doing it.
So that's kind of how I feel about Metallica. I'm like, even with all of the critical acclaim, there's critical feedback and there's hate. We call that hate in hip hop, right? So you get that. And so you're like, okay, there's going to be a time that you're going to listen to a song and you're going to be like, yeah, I see kinks or was it kinks or chinks in the armor. You see that shit sometimes. But dude, I feel like the credit is well deserved. You can hate all you want to, but I'm going to hit you with these smoothed out. And it's so crazy to say smoothed out in metal. It's a smoothed out metal ass groove. How do you that's like an oxymoron. That shouldn't even go together.
Man, this shit trash, man. Fuck it. I ain't liking it just because I'm a hater today.
Fucking Metallica, boy, I tell you.
See, that's what I'm saying. That wasn't what that's one note. I know.
That's a simple, yeah. That's simple work, boy. That's simple.
But that impact on that one note is what I was saying. It's nasty.
After all the after the double bass and shit.
Yeah. It's more tribal.
Yeah. Yeah. And then just rock into the shit.
Let's just let it rock
into it.
Just stop playing with Lars,
dude.
man.
But even the fucking way he came in on the track, I'm talking like I would talk about a hip hop track. The way he came in on the track, right? His voice, they're just the quintessential metal band. They just are. Everything is like. Because I know you were tripping on Lars, because the cymbal work out of that double bass is fire. But even he was like, beyond my faith, boom, boom, the way that shit came together, that shit is crazy. It's so it brings out an emotion in you, like you're like, yeah. Even if they're not your shit, if Metallica's not your shit, which you're probably not from this planet, if that's the case, but. Even if they're not your shit.
They're going to get on your ass for that. They're going to get on you for that.
Even if that's not your shit, you're like, man, you know what? That sounds good. I see how people can like it. And that is what I always go back to. And I know I'm talking a lot, but...
No, go ahead, bro.
But
I love it.
I always go back to, does it sound good, though? Does it sound good? You know, good is relative, right? But is it put together, are the notes put together in a rhythmic way that you can understand why people would like it? If the answer to that is yes, you don't have to like it. It's still fire. That's undeniable. That's what I'm saying. I just feel like they're just undeniable. I'm like, you could be all mellow Metallica out if you want to, but the shit is just fire. The shit is just fire. It's just not for you. If you don't think it's just not for you. But I'm done, man. Sorry, dude. Go ahead.
Let's get some t-shirts, man, for rock. we need to rock some Metallica t-shirts, bro, at this point.
Yeah.
I love Lars.
That's so bad.
Harvester of sorrow. Harvester of sorrow.
Yeah, I love this part right here. How they transition back and forth. Yeah.
Your black looking clear. My work is done soon here. Try getting back to me. Get back what used to be. Drink up, shoot in. Let the beatings begin. Distributor of pain. Your loss becomes my gain.
Man, I feel like, man, hold on, one more pause. One more quick pause, man. I feel like James, man, is right there with Lars and everybody, man. As the groove is as the compilation of music is being created, I feel like he's right there, like a rapper would do at a concert to get in the groove. You know what I'm saying? And I know you guys probably hate that analogy, but I feel like the way I'm sure they might like that. Do not even make that analogy. But that's how I feel the way James approaches the track with his vocals. Yeah. I feel like he's right there trying to find a way to blend his music or blend his voice, excuse me, within the music. I
got
feel
you.
like he's right there, like
you.
like the way he's. I know it probably makes no sense.
I got it. I got
it. But that's how I feel. I feel like he's right there as he's composing this, trying to stay in pocket,
catching
with
the rhythm.
music. Yeah,
Yeah,
you know,
catching the rhythm, being like really locked into catching.
Yeah,
the
because
rhythm.
I don't even think his voice is a great voice, because I love R&B and I've heard some pretty incredible vocalists, but I love the way he sounds on a metal track. I feel like he's metal. Like when I think about metal, I'm like, yeah, that's James.
But speaking of that, man, if I wouldn't be surprised if I saw a picture of Lars with Pete Rock or some shit, man. I'm like,
there it is. Like, yep, that's what it is.
Pete Rock, got it.
My work is done soon here. Try getting back to me.
He's just on beat. That's all. He's just on beat.
Drink up, shoot in. Let the beatings begin. Distributor of pain. Your loss becomes my gain.
He kills that shit, dude. They all do a great job, though.
Anger, misery, you'll suffer unto me.
The way they come in and out of that shit.
Harvester of sorrow. Harvester of sorrow.
All right, man, playlist. What's next on the list?
Yeah.
It's playlist, guys. All right, yeah, surprise. Okay. What else we got, man? Let me see. Iron Maiden, 2 minutes to midnight. Let's get into that right now, man. I'm in the mid reaction, man. I'm done. But the Metallica sign, sealed, deliver, man. It's over.
do it?
It's done.
All right.
Playlist. You
I
happy?
still want to hit into this.
No, I'm joking.
I'm about to say
I'm joking.
we can do that and elongate the actual video.
You know, the Patreon Exodus.
But
you know
you
what I'm
better
saying?
not take that shit off.
We would mark this day the big Patreon Exodus if I did some shit like that.
Harvester of sorrow. Harvester of sorrow.
Yeah. Lord, you said what you said.
They don't hear it. They don't want to hear it. I just love
The pauses, man.
motherfuckers pause, but then they come back, it don't hit like that. No, that's not what I'm talking about, bro. It don't hit like that. We heard a million pauses, man. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Literally, the way that Chris, even leading up to it, so Chris. This is Chris, man. I don't know why that is.
All have said their prayers. It made their nightmares. To see and
That was weird. That was
you'll find more than lies. Fair to say. Harvester of sorrow.
okay, so now I don't feel like
Harvester of sorrow.
Okay.
Harvester of sorrow. Harvester of sorrow. Harvester of sorrow.
I really love
Harvester of sorrow.
yeah, man.
Yeah, got rocked. I'm glad there was something though that I thought was a little odd. It was coming out of that guitar solo. I thought the pauses there, it was kind of like, and maybe that was an odd time signature thing or whatever the case may be. I wasn't a fan of how they kind of started that back up, the pauses and the breaks into that.
Yes, I get it.
I didn't really love that, but it's still playlist. That shit's just fire. Really, really good song, man. I enjoyed it. They really kind of changed my view on what I thought the song was going to sound like, you know, the way that they approached it. Because Harvester of Sorrow, I thought it was just going to be kind of a really
Melancholy.
yeah, really down and slow and just very depressing. Because Harvester of Sorrow, it says language of the mad. The way that sounds to me is someone that is embracing the sorrow and turning that sorrow into maybe frustration, anger, and channeling that in maybe not the most positive way. The song does not mimic that to me. The song is just, they just rock you out with the transitions, man, and that doom doom bam doom bam. I love those chords going into the different transitions that we heard. And Lars just put on a fucking I really love the drumming in that. Everyone did their job. I mean, everyone does a good job with Metallica, and I feel like I say that a lot, but I really want to make it a point to bring out the guitar work. You know, I really like the guitar work as well. Lars, I feel like it gets the shitty end of the stick all the time for some reason, but James, same thing, man. James did just such a good job of adding that edge to Metallica.
Yes.
You know? So I said it before, man, they just are like the quintessential band, man. I mean, if you wanted to look up a metal band in a dictionary, I feel like it has to be Metallica. They have to be on that Mount Rushmore to me. That's super playlist for me.
What really grabbed me in this song was Lars's drumming. That's just what it is. That's just me. Off of first listen. That's just what it is. He was just saucy, man, the entire song to me. I loved his fills in this. But at the same time, I can completely see how someone would be like, oh, this is basic and not necessarily very intricate. And I see that. And I see, and I'm not even saying that there's no validity to that. But I think for me, man, Lars just reminds me of a crafty basketball player, man. Like that just doesn't really have the athleticism. Maybe not even just the overall talent of other players, but he's crafty. He's crafty with how, with his precision and how it sounds, the impact of the drums. He's crafty with certain rhythms that he chooses, man, and it sort of like masks some of his limitations, maybe from a skill standpoint, because it's the placement of certain things. He's just so crafty with his fills to me, and I get it. There are a billion drummers out there that are just on a talent level that could probably drum him off the stage. I'm not gonna sit here and debate that. I'm sure that's true. But the craftiness, man, of how he places his fills and where he places his fills is really what grabbed me in this song, man. I think the guitar work was good. It's Metallica. Metallica's template is they have a template that just works for me and Ryan. It's the certain sound, the tone of their guitar, how the guitars are tuned to make the tone, right? I know we had the tone thing, but there's a template with, I don't know what it is, man. Their template of tone in the guitar work and how they transition and James's voice. It could at a certain point, it's almost like it can almost be anything, and that template's just going to sound good to us. It just is. So they've kind of mastered that, man. They have such the universal quality makes sense, man. Just edgy enough, just heavy enough, right? But just in terms of skill and composition, just elite enough there to appeal to everyone. We said this a billion times. That's what I'm saying. It's just like, yeah, man, playlist. Of course, it's playlist. Yeah. I feel like I'm beating a dead horse even doing Metallica. At this point, man, I don't know what else to say. I mean, everything we said before. You know what it is. You know what I mean? We just think this band is fire, man. They are just legendary on this channel. Obviously, they're legendary, period. But on this channel, they become legendary, man. This was hard. Definitely not in my top. Maybe 5 from them. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? This probably, I haven't heard their entire discography. We've intentionally stayed away. This ain't fucking with Master of Puppets. This ain't fucking with, definitely not fucking with Disposable Heroes, which may be my favorite, but it's a very good song. Yep. This is playlist though. Don't get it messed up. This is playlist. Lars' drumming was super slick and well placed, and the fills are well placed in this, man. And shout out to everybody. It's a good song overall, but that's really what stuck out to me personally. Thank you for everyone that voted on the poll, man. As we said earlier, we're gonna be going back to that poll. We're also going to be putting new polls up as well. You know what I'm saying, in the future, man, because, again, the vast majority of the videos we're going to be doing moving forward, just to make life easy for everybody, will be polls. You know what I mean? So we'll be going back to that 1980s poll. We appreciate the 9,000 of y'all, 9,600, excuse me, of you guys that voted. And just a reminder, man, follow us on our Instagram. It's been converted to Deaf to Radio. Our site is also Deaf to Radio. All up and coming rock, metal artists, man. If you want to get some exposure, man, definitely go to deaftoradio.com, DEAF 2radio.com. The information will be in the description. Get on our site, man, because that's what we're going to be looking to in order to kind of get some other up-and-coming artists exposed.
Yes, sir.
And that's the end of the video. If you guys enjoyed it, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And also check out our Patreon channel, guys, if you're interested. The link for that will be in the description. I'm George. That's Ryan. Las Vegas.
We out.
We out.